Salutes. Welcome to the Real Big Fruit Podcast. I am your host, Big Fruit, Michael Jordan of Recording Early in the Morning, also known as the Voice of the Streets. Welcome to another edition of Sunday Brunch with your boy, Big Fruit. And today we have a guest. Our guest is none other than my man. I like to call him West Fourth West. And if you know anything about West Fourth got the Cage. The Cage is a legendary basketball court where a lot of New York City legends play basketball. And West played ball there. So I just threw West Fourth on his name and I nicknamed him West Fourth West. West is a baller. He gonna come through and he gonna teach us. He's gonna educate us on a whole lot of Brooklyn basketball history. You see the shirt in the background, that the one on the left, that's the Sullivan Smith shirt. That's the tournament I grew up playing in. That's the tournament I grew up watching the OGs play. That's the tournament I grew up watching legendary basketball players playing. But Wes is older than I. Wes was one of the guys I watched play. But Wes is going to sit here and break down a whole lot of Brooklyn ball history and educate me on why Sullivan Smith, the LG basketball tournament, played a major part in Brooklyn basketball history. So, Wes, whenever you ready, baby, I'm ready for you, kid.
We ready, brother.
I'm ready.
Slide over here.
What's popping? How you doing, brother?
Everything's great, brother. I'm loving life, living lovely, man. Can't complain, brother. Can't complain.
Welcome to the podcast.
Okay. Looking good. I got a little interview going on. I had to put my best shirt on.
Your hoop. I got my hoop on. Thank you for the t-shirt.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
No problem.
It's been a minute. I should have did this interview, but last night we got a chance to chop it up, break bread, had a great time at After 9. For those who don't know, After 9 is a new happening spot here in Charlotte, North Carolina. After 9 is a sports venue. Wes is a sports guy, so without question, Wes pulled up, and I was in the building, and we got to chop it up about basketball. And I said, you know what? It's time for that interview. So here we are, Wes. I need you to tell the people who you are, where you come from, and educate us on not only your basketball history, your basketball knowledge, as well as the basketball history you've grown to know in Brooklyn.
Well, very much so. Just to give you a little taste, man, I was born in 1969. I'm 55 young years old and proud of it, man. Glad to be here. I've seen and touched and learned so much through basketball. It's incredible. Now, my father played basketball in high school. He went to Eastern District High School in Brooklyn.
No doubt.
They won the city championship back in 68, 69. When I came into the world, he married his high school sweetheart, which was my mom's. I'm black and Puerto Rican.
No doubt.
Father's black, mother's Puerto Rican. End of story. Here I came along. After they got married, I was a little shorty running around with the ball, man. I can remember since 1-2 years old having a basketball in my hand. You know, my father gave it to me. He had scholarship offers. He did take one. He went up to New Paltz University in upstate New York.
Upstate New York.
He played. He dropped out of college. He never been out of nowhere from Brooklyn. As he told me, it was nothing but whitey up there, white people. And he just couldn't take it, man, on the campus, being a nigga. He was a star on the basketball court, but they hated him in the classroom because he was an educated brother. He liked to read, you know, carried himself well. But he just couldn't hack being up there and being away from my mom's. So he dropped out and got a job with Kings County Hospital. Started from the bottom, climbed the ladder, became an EMS technician, then became a paramedic for New York City Health and Hospitals Corporation, which you now know as the Fire Department of New York City right now.
Oh, wow.
I come from a big family. LG is home. I didn't live in LG. I claimed it because I lived across the street from it. I grew up on Clawson Avenue between DeKalb and Willoughby, right on the same street as the 88th precinct, right past 325. For everybody that know, that building 325 and 345. You always got to cross those buildings when you come out the train. So you going to see everybody in the hood wait at the train station. You got beef? Train station. They going to come sooner or later, right? So that was my niche, man. I had 8 men in my family, my father and 7 uncles. I couldn't do no wrong. I'd get fucked up by one of my uncles, one of my neighbors. You know, I had to fly straight and narrow, and I'm glad that they did. You know what I mean? We got stories, we got family, everybody got history. But one thing they did, they kept me up out the streets, and they gave me what I wanted till I was able to work for myself. And I started working at 15. 15 years old, I lied and said I was 17. They gave me a job. So rest history with that. But let's get back to basketball, man. As far as I can remember, I remember playing in the back of 456, the little courts. I used to love to come back there and play ball because God bless the dead, Uncle Peanut, which is Gravy's uncle, right? And my uncle. Peanut had a younger brother. His youngest brother's name is Cherry Woolard. They grew up in 456. There's about 6 of them. I don't remember all their names, but I think it was Peanut, Newt, Porky, Orlando, and Terry. And they had 2 sisters. Sharon is the oldest sister, and Amanda was the other sister.
And they lived in 456?
They live in 456. Big family.
Okay.
As far as I know, the mother and father are still married, but I don't think they live in 456 no more. They had the 3-bedroom. They bust them down to a 2-bedroom apartment because they were elderly, and they needed the bigger apartment for other people, and their family was out of there. But so long as I can remember, man, I just used to love DeKalb Avenue, going back to Wallach's, getting the pro cads, and you know,
said Wallace.
Wallach's, that's right. We used to all get our sneakers from Wallach's clothing store. Nigga, we used to get new drawers. Keep it a buck. We got the striped tube socks. Remember the striped tube socks? Come up to your knee. Get your drawers from Wallach's, your t-shirts. Then when the BVDs came out, we was getting the BVD nylons from Wallach's. We didn't even have to go downtown because Wallace was getting all the fresh gear and selling it. He was a Jew, and he sold it to the black community. The same way Tony's Pizza, Tony got rich off the projects selling pizzas.
Yeah.
I've been eating Tony's Pizza for 50 years.
And the ice cream.
And the icy and the ice cream. 50 years I grew up eating Tony's Pizza and Meatball Heroes. Stop. So going forward, let's get to basketball. Sully, as he was known in the street, Mr. Sullivan Smith, Bradley Footy Dog's brother. The boy was nice. I got to see him when I was in your building. Yeah. He was nice. I used to watch him when I was a kid. But like I said, he got cut from the New York Knicks is what I was told, and that was the rumor. And I don't think it was a rumor, it was truth. He couldn't handle it.
Let me stop you.
Go ahead.
Sully, aka Sullivan Smith, the legendary tournament out of LG Projects is named after him. That's what we're talking about.
Correct.
Sullivan Smith. So you're saying Sully went through New York City high school hoops, and where did he play college ball?
That I do not know. I don't know all of that. Footy knows that, and so does Mike Sr., which we're going to get to in 2 seconds.
But he eventually got drafted to the Knicks?
He went to a tryout for the New York Knicks. Yes, that's what I heard.
Okay.
And he got cut. I think he was one of the final cuts, right? He was so devastated from what I heard that, you know, he went and skydived.
Right.
Okay. Out of the building. I know it to be true because I saw the after effects when they put the white sheet over him. All right.
Oh,
and they started talking.
What year was that?
Oh man, I can't lie to you and tell you I know the exact year, but I think it was early 80s or late 70s, man. If I'm correct with it.
I don't have no knowledge
Uh-huh.
or memory
Of Sully?
of that taking place.
You know his brother though, right? You know Bradley.
I known all his brothers.
All right.
I've known the whole family.
Bradley's government name, Bradley, right?
Fleetwood.
We called him Feets, Footy. He was a track star.
Bradley Footy.
Right. He was a track star and he played basketball.
The Asiatic was Carlton.
Exactly. Okay.
I never knew. Never knew.
There you go. Well, let's go further because they're older than me. They came up with my uncles.
Right. They come up with my aunts.
There you go. So as you remember, if you know anything about the history, the real history of Lafayette Gardens from the beginning up, I believe they were built in 1962. My grandmother didn't want to move in there. She chose to move up the block. She used to live on Decatur in like Stuyvesant, somewhere over there. And there was a fire and my grandmother didn't have insurance. So they lost the brownstone. So she had to move immediately. So she moved to Clawson between DeKalb and Willoughby.
Right.
They offered her to go into the projects, but she didn't want to go in the projects. She liked her railroad apartment because it had 3 bedrooms already. You feel me? And it was enough for a big family. She had 9 children. So I'm the oldest grandson. So when I came along, it was like me being number 10. My youngest uncle was only 9 years older than me. So everywhere he went when he was a shorty, I had to go. He was my personal bodyguard and babysitter. I went everywhere. You hear me? Everywhere with him. So shout out to Dennis Robinson. Y'all may know him, may not know him, but you know the Robinsons on Clawson Avenue because we was deep and they ain't take no shit. Ask around, they'll tell you. Moving forward, basketball. Mr. Mike Sr. and Brad and Big Urge, from what I'm understanding,
Big Urge,
they are the ones that put the tournament together. All right, came up with the name Sullivan Smith Memorial. They put it together. How they did it, I do not know. That's the generations before me. But right. Mr. Mike Sr. has had this program for over 50 years, man. And he's helped a lot of young fellas go to school, stay out of the way, do things the right way, okay, through basketball and mentorship, okay, because basketball is bigger than just playing basketball, which right. You don't understand until you go through it and you start to receive the knowledge from the OGs. I learned from the OGs. The cats I learned for now in their 60s and 70s. I'm in my 50s. Now I'm teaching the cats that's in their 40s and 30s and 20s. I mentor. So I learned from the old heads. That's one thing we got to get back to as people. We need to receive the knowledge that the older generation has to give to these young cats so they can stop killing each other, man. This shit is really, it's really at an all-time high and it saddens me. But you know, beef in the streets and all that shit, man, I always try to stay clear for that. I had a knuckle game. I learned how to fight early. You know, I never backed down from nobody. And basketball brought that to my world too, because I don't give a fuck how big you was. I'm coming right. at you. Right. And that's what sports gives you. You got to play with your heart. That's why the basketballs is in front of your heart. Hoop. I came up with this logo, and it's been putting paper in my pocket for the past 25 years, man. I'm not bragging, but this is my thing. And this wouldn't have happened had it not been for this right here, Sullivan Smith Memorial shirt. I learned so much playing there and growing up around LG. It was crazy.
Now,
go ahead.
Let's get to Sullivan Smith Memorial, the tournament.
Yeah.
The actual tournament and the players. Let's get to that.
Let's get to that. Now, honest speaking, I laid first sneakers and tied up. I was 13 years old. And I ain't have $15 for a t-shirt to play in the tournament. I asked he told me what it was. I caught my auntie on payday was Thursday. I'll never forget, because she used to give me $5 to go do what I wanted to do. And I said, Auntie, I want to play in the basketball tournament. She said, what basketball tournament? In Emerson Park? I said, no, in 270 Park. She said, well, do it cost money? Because I ain't got no money. After she just gave me $5.
Right.
I said, Auntie, it's $15. And I want to play. All my friends are playing in it. And it's basketball. And you know I love basketball. She said, how much is it? I said, it's $15. She said, $15? Boy. She said, I ain't got no money. Gave me the $5. I went upstairs. She come behind me with a $10 bill. Now I got $15. She said, go play in your tournament. And I went down the block happier than a motherfucker. I ran right to Mike. Mike took my $15. He told me to come back tomorrow. He gonna put me on the team. I remember the color, and I lost the jersey, but I did have one. It was burgundy. Oh, you put me on the juniors team. Yo, I didn't even know these niggas. He just put me on the team with them. And I went out there. My very first coach was Big Urge.
Big Urge, rest in peace, Killer.
Rest in peace. Killer put me in the game, and I dazzled and razzled. And I was 13 years old, and I was playing with the junior, the 13 and 14-year-olds, and the 15-year-olds. But I was 13. Right. And handled my business. That was the very first time I put on an LG shirt. And mind you, I used to live in the Bronx with my mom. So I came to Brooklyn on the weekends. Every weekend I was in Brooklyn, right? Now, my first 5 years of existence, I was born in Brooklyn Jewish Hospital, right down the street on Clawson Avenue. Like I said, my grandma was there for 35, 36 years in the same apartment. So I used to commute from Brooklyn to the Bronx. One of my uncles would come and get me. When I got of age, I started rocking the train by myself coming to LG, right? But at 13, I was moving around by myself. So I was loving to play basketball. Summertime, what? I'm out there. I used to be out there at night, my guy. The nightlight. All right.
And in the wintertime, breaking ice and all that.
Exactly. We used to back the old park. You remember when they had the sandbox and the little house, the little park building? Yeah, they used to shoot dice up against the wall.
Big firehouse in the middle of the park.
Yeah. Clawson Avenue Playground used to be the shit, man. I mean, we used to sleep on the benches, man. When I was 15 and I started getting introduced to weed and, you know, malt liquor and all beer and shit, we used to get fucked up on the bench and go to sleep. Wake up in the morning, it's daylight. We done broke night.
I play ball.
We played ball. Play ball in the morning. Every Sunday morning was like church. The whole projects would come out to 270, and we played pickup in the morning till about 1 o'clock in the afternoon when it got hot. We go get a sandwich, get them quarter waters, get them motherfucking deli juices.
Remember the days? I'm gonna ask you this if you could remember this.
Of course.
Remember days y'all would be playing ball?
Yeah.
Pickup games?
Yeah.
And the shorties in the projects would climb on PS 270 roof and throw rocks at y'all. You don't remember those days?
Yeah, little niggas was bad. Damn, I remember them. I remember little niggas when they get kicked off the court.
Because we would really be out there before y'all. Y'all would take the court from us.
Take the court from y'all little niggas. I had to go through it too. I'd be on the court and then the men come and they be like, yo, shorty, we running the full and move us off. Now, let me tell you where it started. The little dudes, when they started kicking them off, they start getting bottles. And they go up by the 88 by softball field and start throwing the bottles on the court. So that's what deaded all the basketball shit. That's where the lack of respect come in, you know? And without saying some names, man, I remember one day I was on the court and a nigga, he got chucked. We pushed him off the court and he was younger. He was in your building too. He took a bottle and boom, he flung the bottle over our way, man. Bam! It starts smashing on the floor. He did it like 2 or 3 times. Then he ran across the street into the building. But I ain't seen that nigga in years, probably since then. His name was Butter, but it's not the Butter from 345.
Now, cause Butter was the first one in our generation. Y'all was giving some run.
Yeah.
Butter was playing with y'all.
There it is. So
butter and
you know,
Ali.
the history of LG is love, man. It's been love. It was nicknamed for a minute. You can check people's resume. The older heads will tell you niggas in Brownsville was calling it a lot of guns, right?
Guns, yeah. I remember that.
Everybody was saying that, you know, and it got that reputation for a while. You know, I always had love greatest. That's the way I threw some positivity on it, was love greatest.
Land of the Giants.
When cats came to LG, they showed they got love. When they came to that summer tournament, yo, cats was double parked on Lafayette, my guy. People came from Brownsville, East New York, Coney Island. Everybody was coming to our tournament, man. And I know this because I was there. I seen it. The juniors, then it was the seniors. Then you play unlimited, right?
I kid you not. I kid you not, Wes.
Mm.
I'm gonna get my plug in. The new book is out, World and Wise, the CNB story, part one, based on true events. And in the book, I specifically speak about those days on Lafayette in front of Punch Crib.
Okay.
All the cars.
Okay. Okay.
Punch and coming to the tournament. I spoke about that in my book, brother. Yeah,
correct.
Those days.
Well, let me put this spin on the book. Okay. First of all, God bless Wise. All right. Rest in peace. I knew all these cats that's in the book, we were all friends, man. We all came up together. I used to hang out with their brothers. You know what I mean? Everybody that you mentioned in the book, I'm going to know them. All right. And it was always a positive light for me to know them. I have no beef with nobody. Never had no beef with nobody. I had a couple of knuckle ups with a couple of friends, and we grown men today. We laugh about that shit even today. So moving forward, man, I just hope that LG can always, there's got to be always a healing process, man. No matter what it is, it's healing. Time heals wounds. You know what I mean? And I can say that from a basketball standpoint, man, we all came up together, man. That project was built in 1962. So I was born in 69. We talking about a little 6-year, 7-year, you know what I mean? When I came into the world, that project was kind of brand new. It's still standing.
Right.
Okay. The faces are not there anymore that once were. There are a few, but for the most part, it's like anything else in life. The game don't change. Only the players do. Feel me? So we got to move on and evolve.
Speaking of players,
talk
about some of the players that came through Sullivan Smith.
Well, we could definitely do that. If you look on the shirt, we got the fallen that are on the shirt, right? That were hella basketball players. Rest in peace to my man Tyrone Doc Brown. Because when we was kids in your building, Tyrone Doc Brown had a grown man's body and a grown man game at 15 years old. This boy was destined for stardom.
Who would you compare him to in today's basketball game?
Shit. I would say he had a game probably like a Baron Davis. He was strong, cocky, go to the basket whenever, had a nice jump shot. I mean, he'd dunk it on you. He didn't talk a lot of shit. He just played hard basketball. And we were the same age. He was going to Catholic school. Dude was well-groomed, man, and he was destined to be somebody in the basketball world, man. I can say that.
All Saints?
Huh?
Did he go to Queen of All Saints Catholic school?
I'm not sure where he went. No, I think he went to Laughlin. I think. I'm not sure.
School. So he went to Queen of All Saints. He went to Laughlin, so he was in high school.
Yes, I believe he went to Laughlin.
He died. Is the rumor true that he actually died on the basketball court?
No, I think it was in the classroom. He was in school, from what I heard, is what happened. He went into cardiac arrest at school, is what I heard.
It was the basketball court.
Yeah, but he's one of the memorialized players on the jersey, right?
He's a bad boy.
Ali Johnson, probably the baddest little 12-year-old that I seen. Ali Johnson came up around your age, but that little dude had a handle with the rock that was phenomenal for a 12-year-old kid. And I seen him. I know what I'm talking about. He had a sister.
No disrespect to my family. Shout out Booger, aka Bugs. No disrespect to my family, aka Booger. Ali Johnson would have lived. We would have never known who Booger was. I'm telling you that, bro.
I'm gonna give you this about Booger.
That's how special. Now you know how special Booger is.
Very much so. That was my little man.
Booger is. Booger was a little kid with me, sitting right next to me. Watching Ali Johnson.
There you go. Well, let's get back to some more of the players.
He was like 10 years old. Ali was 12.
Yeah, that's about right.
He was special, man. Rest in peace, Lemon.
I know. Well, let's get to some of the talent that had passed through LG that I know of personally. All right. Let's go with Mr. Pearl Washington from Brownsville. Rest in peace.
That was family.
Let's go with Sweepy Lloyd Daniels, who became my friend from LG 270 tournament. We still friends to this day. And we bowled together. Very bad man.
Cold.
It was a white boy by the name of Tate. Soul Man was my guy. I never seen a cat put it around somebody, disrespect them, make them fall. I mean, he was doing this to brothers in the hood everywhere he played. You feel me? Brownsville had a strong unit of players. Shout out to my man Keith Strauss. Skinny Man was dunking on cats. I mean, crazy dunking on cats. Moving along, shout out to my man Headquarters. Brownsville was Bed-Stuy's most competition that I could remember. It was always Brownsville, Bed-Stuy, Bed-Stuy, Brownsville. Not that East New York didn't have players and Coney Island didn't have players and Crown Heights didn't have players. Flatbush, there was a lot of players, but I always remember the Brownsville and Bed-Stuy ball games. They was something to watch. We had Mark Jackson come through. Queens Cats, Kenny Anderson came through. All these cats played at Sullivan Smith Memorial. So, you know, moving forward, we had our own talent in LG. We had the Williams brothers, Andre and Big Kevin lived in the front building. We also had Derek Powell. Derek Powell was a star at LIU. You know, we had some ball players, man. Elmer Anderson came through. He's now the head coach at Brooklyn Tech, if I believe. I'm just throwing names out there is what I can remember off the top. There were so many good ball players in Lafayette Gardens. It was crazy, man. It was like a breeding ground for basketball. You know, some went to college, some didn't. You know, then you had Nostrand Avenue cats. Nostrand Avenue cats, you had the Scurry brothers, whom were all ball players.
Dale Scurry. I played with the youngest one, Tiny.
So Nostrand Avenue was second fiddle. You know, they were always there. You can't take one without the other. From the streets to basketball to girlfriends. NA Rock is always NA Rock. They go all the way to Marcy, swing back to LG, swing back to Nostrand Avenue, swing back down to Fort Greene. Yeah, talk to me.
The guys we were talking about earlier, Darren and them, they was from Tompkins Projects, right?
Yes, sir. The Tompkins cats had ball players, aka that's where Booger's from.
They were grown men in the 80s.
Very much so. They won the LG Unlimited division, I think, 3 years in a row, straight. That's Big Pikey, Darren's brother.
Yo,
Darren and Piker brothers.
He used to put dudes on his hip.
Yep. Strong, 6'4", strong guard. He was one of my mentors. I could also tell you that when Tompkins came, Sumner came, they bring some boys. Roosevelt came down, they bring some boys, and they had a crew. Every project in Brooklyn came to PS 270 to play in the Sullivan Smith. If you were a ball player in the 80s, my guy, you came to Sullivan Smith. I don't care if you was in an NBA or college or street dude. You came to play there. Okay? Everybody knows this. So that's why I would love to see it rehash. They are currently they got a new floor. They're mapping it out. They should be getting the new glass backboards is what I'm hearing. And this is coming from Mr. Mike Sr. now. So we don't know if they're going to open the park to the public or they're going to close the gates and have it private. We don't know yet because it's not finished. But it should be finished before the summer's over.
Which park?
PS 270. They got a new floor. They paved it all down. They're supposed to be getting new backboards. So the park's going to be brand new. You heard?
It has to be accessible to the elementary school, though.
Yes, but the school, the way the school is doing so well right now due to the gentrification, they may close those gates so that the public can't use the basketball courts anymore. We don't know yet. Now, Mike told me this himself, so I know he knows what's going on.
Shout out to Mike Sr., man.
Shout out to Mike Sr., man. We love you.
Yo, word up, man. I remember my first year, man. He had us all try out. Same thing with you. Go buy a shirt. I used to pack bags and sell newspapers. Bought my shirt. I went to the Lakers my first year. And I begged Mike every year, man, because I'm a Magic Johnson fan.
Now, I can tell you what I know. I know Mike Sr. got pictures of all the early years. He got a photo album. I ain't seen the whole thing, but I did see one of the photo albums he bring out one year. And there's pictures of everybody, man. He got pictures of everybody. So shout out to Mike Sr. again. And we just had the old timers. We had the old timers day recently. It was June 29th. It was good to see all the people out. We did it at Emerson Park because PS 270 is under construction right now. But we had a ball. Shout out to everybody that came out, whole LG family. And, you know, hopefully we can do it again next year or the year after, man. It's always a blessing.
That's what's up.
LG Day is coming up sometime in August. I don't quite know the date, but I'm going to find out. And they're going to celebrate like they used to. Man,
LG Day come up and you make another trip. Can we make sure your phone is charged?
Yes, sir. I know I messed up. Yeah, I did.
The only you see me talking about Old Timers Day and Mike Sr. and all that shit. I'm just being quiet, right?
I messed up.
He was supposed to go live with me and his phone. So I missed all that. I apologize to y'all for not having that footage.
I messed up. That was my fault, but I had a lot going on besides the phone.
I seen you out there reffing the games with the kids and all that shit.
Exactly. So it was a lot, man. It was a lot. But I definitely, if I go LG Day in August, I would definitely have my phone charger and all that, man. But moving forward, the history of that park is phenomenal, man. There should be a book written on that, you know.
What's that?
I mean, Mike Sr. could write a book on his life and all he's done and is still doing. This man is still doing. Let me say that. He still has the Mike Sr. Sullivan Smith Sports Foundation. He's still working with kids to this day, man.
In the
to this day.
Yeah.
That's still sending kids to college, man.
Listen, man.
That's what it's about.
Your relationship with Mike is airtight. How about you regulate and set up the Mike Sr. interview?
I can try. He's a grown man. He's a very humble man. He may or may not do it. I can't make him, but I can ask him.
No, we ain't talking about. We didn't talk about real quick. The last thing we're gonna talk about. We didn't talk about how Mike would allow the kids in the projects to carry the chairs, the tables,
help
to the park, from the back of the projects to the park for the games all day. Bring them back, and every single night, those 8 to 10 kids, Mike would walk us to Tony's Pizza Shop.
Get y'all something to eat.
Feed everybody. This
There
is
you
every
go.
night.
There you
During
go.
the whole tournament.
Well,
And
I
when
can
the
tell you,
tournament end, hold on. When the
you
tournament ends,
still,
he take all those same kids
yeah,
downtown and
yeah.
buy everybody a pair of sneakers for school. He did that every summer, my man.
See that?
Every
That
summer,
goes to
bro.
show you the lengths that he would do for his community.
Every
And I
summer
took
he did that.
pages out of his book all my life.
Yo,
You feel me?
He did it so good, right? Yo, dudes were scrapping for the positions or honestly waiting their turn. Like,
There you
I
go.
watched dudes do it for 2 years and had to wait my turn.
Dig it.
And
Well,
I
Fruit,
got it turn.
real talk, he's still doing that today.
Whoa.
They still pulling those carts down to Emerson Park where he working them kids out. I seen it this summer. Trust
So
me,
they
he's still doing it.
They walking the tears and tip from LG to Emerson Park.
Still doing it. Word is born. Still doing it. Yeah, man. But
Mike's a great man. Shout out to Mike.
They don't make him like that.
And Derek Powell, man. And Derek
Powell. Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
here we go. Mr. Derek Powell, phenomenal man, great ball player, excellent human being.
Word.
You know, got nothing bad to say about the brother. I used to watch him and idolize his game. I used to take little pieces out of his game and put it in my Rolodex.
He was playing in the unlimited when I was out there, but he was also coaching. Rest in peace, my guy Wise. I watched him coach Wise one summer.
But let me give you another head.
I watched DP coach Wise one summer.
Word. Oh, basketball. It was a little short dude in 456 by the name of Peanut. His real name, last name was Woolard. Okay.
Okay, that's your friend.
Yes, this little dude can flat out ball, and he was only like 5'6", 5'5". He was Muggsy Bogues before Muggsy Bogues, dropping buckets. That was Peanut, man. He was that dude. Now moving forward, Peanut took me to West 4th, right?
Yeah, West 4th, the cage.
He took me to the cage for the first time.
That shit real.
That was in 1977 when the tournament started. He was one of the first players, right? First off, he was playing with the Harlem Wizards. The Harlem Wizards was a derived of the Harlem Globetrotters. Somebody came along and they said, oh, we got a lot of players here and about, let's form another organization to rival the Harlem Globetrotters. So they came out with the Harlem Wizards. Peanut was the starting point guard for the Harlem Wizards. Out of LG. So West 4th gets started by Mr. Kenny Graham. Old English was the sponsor, my guy. I remember Old English 800 used to have a logo on the West 4th jersey back then, right? He'd go out there, crack niggas' ass, and drink Old English 800 after the game. I was a little kid going with my uncle there, going down there. And I have been going to West 4th ever since. So,
and that's why I call him West 4th. Listen, Wes, I appreciate you coming through. We're going to get more. We got plenty of time to do what we do. I will see you on August 17th. Listen.
My man. All right, my brother.
Listen, I appreciate you coming through. I had to take a call. I am at the gig on a Sunday. I am not mad. I'm going to get this money.
Peace, my brother.
Listen,
thanks
man,
for the interview.
No question, man. Listen,
right.
I need my Sullivan Smith shirt. What I can do?
We gonna get that mic for that. I need a new one too. We working on
it. You see how he curved me?
You're not gonna get this one. This one is a 2000. This is just 24 years old. I ain't giving this one up. But we gonna work it out.
What are all the names on there?
Well, hold up. If you hold on, I'm gonna hold the camera to it.
Read all the names. All right.
We got Ali Johnson, Tyrone Doc Brown in the junior division. We got Carlton Smith, Terry Nolan, and Sonia Damon. And that's only a few. That's not the many. This shirt is from 2000. It is now 2024. I had one from 1986.
When I played, It stopped at Tyrone Doc Brown Junior Division. The name
exactly. Well, a lot has changed since then, my brother. You know.
I think my last shirt was 89 summer.
89. I think 89. I had an old 86 shirt and it disappeared. I don't know where or how, but I know I probably left it in the park or somebody got me for it. But
I got an autographed basketball?
Yes, it is.
Who that's autographed by?
This is Earl Monroe. That's his autograph signature right there.
Earl the Pearl.
Get it in there. Yeah. So
Black Jesus.
This ball ain't never gonna touch the ground.
You call him Black Jesus?
Black Jesus, that's him. One of my favorites, but my all-time favorite is Mr. Dr. J, and I got a ball with him. It's in a trophy case, and I ain't never dribbling that one. But listen, Fruit, it was definitely a pleasure, my man.
I appreciate
the support, help you out. We're gonna do some things, man. So keep shining and keep the Lord in your life.
Absolutely,
and keep doing what you do, my guy. You heard?
I want to say this to you. I was listening last night.
I got you.
I was listening.
I got you.
All right.
Much appreciated.
Salute, brother.
Peace, black man.
Peace.
All right.
All right. There you have it, peoples. There you have it, peoples. The one and only West Forks West came through and represented on some Brooklyn history with basketball. You know what I'm saying? West is good peoples. And y'all heard him. He's also Gravy's big brother. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can look forward to Gravy pulling up to after 9 in the near future. I'm going to stay on West to make that shit happen. Whatever it costs, drop the bag on Gravy and get him here. He is on fire with the new movie Will You Marry Me on Tubi, as well as the 30,000 other movies he got on Tubi. He run that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's very imperative that I get him to after 9. Word to mother. Listen, man, it's your boy Big Fruit on a Sunday brunch. Remember, I told you Sunday brunch is about sports, and I brung y'all basketball today. I hope y'all really enjoyed it. Until next time, y'all know what it is. Salute.